Welcome to the Gamescape, everybody. My name is Jarek, and today we are in Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a game that's been out for about 3 weeks, and we're ready to dive into this. I've been playing it a little bit, and I have gotten a couple of levels unlocked here on the difficulty scale. This is a game where the difficulty ramps up as you complete missions and get star ratings on your missions. You can get 1, 2, or 3 stars on each one of your missions, depending on things like how many turns it takes you to finish the mission, whether or not any of your heroes get knocked out or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and start a new campaign here, and we're going to start on Heroic 2, which is the highest level I have unlocked so far. And for better or worse, we're going to have at it. We're not going to have the tutorial mission on. There is just a tiny little bit of story that gets kind of glossed over in the tutorial. I'll kind of talk about that maybe a little bit as we get into this. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and get this going, and we're going to have the opening credits here, or the opening scene, and then we'll get to create our hunter, which is the player character for this particular game. And then after that, we go through just a little bit more cinematics, and then we are free and clear to move around and do as we please. So let's get this going. Crossbones. He's super happy to be here.
You know how much I hate this hocus pocus nonsense, Faustus. Now you want to tell me just what the hell is so important?
Sleeping Mother, sacred harbinger, awaken and reclaim what is yours. You who rise with the moon in darkness, who prepares the path for the midnight sun. Turn your merciless eyes upon us and arise!
Nice show, Doc. Next time, call Zemo. Better yet, I'll just shoot you and save us all the trouble.
Lilith.
My child. Where are you, my child?
Not good.
Okay, you did that one on purpose.
The fabric of magic is unwinding. We are fortunate to be here at all.
And where is here, exactly?
Salem, Massachusetts. Well, a pocket dimension in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, suburbs. Nice.
Welcome to the Abbey. Home of the
Midnight Sun.
What the hell is this? Lilith's Junior Demon League?
Wait, it's that jerk from TV. Which one?
Now, if everyone would just take a moment.
Enough! You're standing on my flowers.
Oh, been a long time, Sarah.
It's caretaker now.
If I could have avoided this moment, I would, but...
Oh, spare me the speech. I know Lilith's back. We're sisters after all.
Guess we're suddenly invisible now.
Shall we chat, Stephen?
No one can argue that the Hunter earned their rest in the first battle against Lilith. I only hope they are up for the task once more.
You wizards always make everything sound so lofty. I raised my sister's only child as a weapon against her.
And saved the world in the process.
Now you want me to dig them up and ask them to do it again.
I did not write the prophecy, Sarah. Besides, I am no common grave robber. We are simply reuniting their ethereal essence with their corporal form. Speaking of, it would help to have a mental image for the procedure. Spare no detail. Spiritual identity theft is no laughing matter.
Okay, so here we get to choose our hunter. I'm going to go with female. And we're going to just change a few things around here just a little bit. So we have different choices of faces here. You got, that's sort of an Asian. Two of them are fairly white. And then, dark skin as well. So we're going to go with that one. You can change your skin tone all over the place. You can select from this menu too if you just click on the title here, so you can go as dark or as light as you want. I'm thinking we're gonna go semi-light but not like pale, maybe like something like that. Eye color, let's go green. And then hair color, let's go red. Dark red or super ginger. I kinda like the dark red. Lots and lots of different hairstyles. I don't care for most of them. Like this is like super over the top 80s blown out hair. You have, obviously no hair. You got all kinds of very, very short haircuts. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them less so. So these are the different options that you have. That one's not bad. That one's okay. Okay, but the loose ponytail that it kind of starts you out with to begin with, I think is kind of my favorite of them. Anyway, so there we go. There's that. You can do facial hair if you want. We're not going to on this, but do that. And let's get into this. We're going to see the hunter here rise, and then we'll be able to do some stuff.
Child of light and darkness, you who tame the night, hear the voice of those who beseech thee and...
The caller! Wait! Wait! Ah! Mother.
So, that's a good thing, right?
Sarah. Where is she?
As far as resurrection spells are concerned, I've seen worse. Particularly on myself.
Tony, come on. It's perfectly safe.
That thing wakes up and takes a bite out of you. Don't blame me.
Visiting hours are over.
You can't stay here forever.
There's nowhere else I should be.
Just saw that Stark guy poking around behind the mirror table.
Find me as soon as they awaken. And Blade, be nice.
Always am.
There's a lot of really good voice acting in this. And the whole thing is voice acted, which is just absolutely stellar.
So cold, but the air burns with every breath. Has it been so long? I know this place. In my dreams, it was always empty. But now I sense I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter, you make one hell of an entrance. Guess that makes two of us.
You should have struck when you had the chance, vampire. You will not live to regret your error.
Cute, and Caretaker told me to be nice. Relax, Slayer, I'm a friend. You just don't know it yet.
Yes. I saw you with Sarah before. But what would she want with a vampire? Unless...
The name's Blade, and I'm no ordinary vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
a dampier? Daywalkers were a myth even to me.
Says the half-human, half-demon monster hunter.
Okay, so we're going to, as this game goes on, we're going to get presented with different choices as to how to respond to different things people say. And there's a light path and a dark path. And those particular paths will be marked by icons, either a white circle or a black circle. It's not a circle, it's some kind of a symbol. But at this point, we can just pick what we want to do. For this particular playthrough, I think we're probably going to go mostly light path and kind of focus on the good side of things, but you can absolutely go dark path and become sort of the anti-hero, much like, you know, Blade or well, a lot of the Midnight Suns, actually, most of the Midnight Suns are sort of anti-heroes. So, but we're going to kind of stay bright path on this one. So we'll just kind of say, you seem to know a lot about us.
You appear quite versed in my history, Dampier.
Heard my fair share of stories from Caretaker. The legendary hunter. Child of Lilith, last champion of the blood. Some call you angel, some demon. Probably a little of both. Led the Knights of Wundagore against the armies of darkness until you fell at...
Fell?
Shoot. This is why they don't normally have me do the meet and greets.
I can see why.
Right. As much as I'd love to see how much weirder this conversation can go, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. The prophecy is in motion. I can feel it. We have wasted too much time here already.
Man, the others are really gonna love you.
Others?
Yeah, you've got a little fan club, I think. But why spoil the surprise? Hope you're up for the challenge, chosen one.
All right. Like I said, a lot of great voice talent here. That's Michael Jai White voicing Blade. If you didn't recognize his voice, he's done tons of stuff and he's been all over the place. First time I remember seeing Michael Jai White was he was Al Simmons and Spawn in the movie Spawn back in 1997, I think it was. And he's done a lot of other stuff since then, both voice acting and on screen. Female hunter here is voiced by Elizabeth Gruen, and she's not anybody I had heard of, but I did kind of look her up. She's got some credits to her name too. I hadn't ever really heard of her before this, but she's got a really great voice. And then if you go with the male hunter instead, that one is voiced by the great Matt Mercer, who has done tons and tons and tons of anime work, but a lot of people probably know him from Critical Role. And so that's some stuff. So you can look around back here. There are some things. There's this symbol here, which will come into play later. These things are scattered all over the map. We have these arcane chests that we need arcane keys to open up. And there are different types. There's common, there's rare, there's legendary, etc. And you get different things out of them. A lot of it's cosmetic or like one-shot powers, you know, that you can use once in a combat and so on. So we'll get into the combat here pretty quick. but there's quite a large area that you can explore. Here's the map. We're here currently, and this is the Hunter's Folly, which is the tomb. Here's the main abbey here, but I mean, there's this whole area here that we can explore, and different places, different things, etc. So we'll get into that, and that's a whole side meta game, is exploring the abbey grounds and doing different quests and stuff like that while we're doing that. So here we come up on the Midnight Suns. We got Nico Magic, who is voiced by the always awesome Laura Bailey, who you might also know from Critical Role, among other things. And then you've got Robbie Reyes, who is the new Ghost Rider, and then of course Blade.
But she just did.
So we're here supposed to talk to Nico. She was the one that basically added the extra oomph to get us resurrected. So let's talk to her. And they have great side conversations too.
Not sure if you remember me, but we met briefly before. I'm
the witch who called me back from the grave.
Told you.
Or Nico, but either works. And this is
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
That's Ileana.
Привет.
And I think you already met Blade.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa, how did you?
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
So, welcome home. I guess
I never left.
Right. Well, we can fast forward through the tour then. The Abbey is still, well, you know, the Abbey. Basic stuff. Dorms, war room, library, a few places to chill, and, whatever the hell the Forge is. Have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy. Of course, that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then see. Oh, gotta go. Show's about to begin.
All right, so we can go ahead and get moving here. There's not much to do right at the moment. You can kind of talk to people a little bit, but they just have very basic things to say. There's no conversations yet available. So we're going to go ahead and just grab a mission here.
I'm thrilled with prophecies be damned. It's good to see that face again. You look like it was yesterday.
And you look older.
Oh, rude.
How long was I in that crypt, Sarah?
No more than a few centuries. You were missed.
Centuries? And what of Lilith?
Fallen by your hand. Until now.
Yeah, so speaking of Lilith.
Tony?
What? The kid's literally speaking of Lilith.
Tony.
That's my name.
Tony. That's, Carol and Dr. Spooky over there. Here to help.
Help with what, exactly?
Oh, I don't know. Throwing the magic amulet into the volcano? Smiting the Dragon Mother? You tell us, kid. You are the chosen one, after all.
Do you recall anything of that last encounter, child?
There was a voice. The rest is hazy.
Oh, a voice. That's it? A voice? That's what we have to go on?
Results of your long crypt sleep, most likely.
A minor inconvenience. Everything required to restore those memories is contained within my sanctum. I will simply alert Wanda to prepare the necessary rituals.
There's a little bit of the story missing here. I'll fill you in just a second.
Straight to voicemail?
Some sorcerer supreme.
Must be mystical interference caused by this little pocket dimension of yours.
Perhaps Agatha can help.
Allow me. Alato.
Whoa, what kind of network you running there?
The all-seeing eye of Ereshkigal who judges, bound to enchanted Babylonian soul glass.
We just call it the mirror table.
Wanda! The dark force, pushing against the wards. Stephen, where are you?
That's impossible. Nothing on Earth could possibly affect those wards.
Wanda's in trouble.
Wanda is trouble.
I'll go.
You'll need my help, of course.
Then let us make haste, Dr. Spooky. Our hunt begins now.
The look he gives Tony. They did a good job with Tony, well, with everybody's dialogue, but the dialogue that they've written is really good. It's not just even just the voice actors. It's great. But if you play through the tutorial, there's just a little bit extra that you don't get if you skip over it. And basically what happened was Lilith attacked the Sanctum Sanctorum with some Hydra soldiers. And so they managed to drive everybody away. And so Doctor Strange, Tony, and Carol came here looking for the caretaker, while Wanda stayed behind to keep the wards up at the Sanctum. So that's kind of what's going on. Now somebody's attacking the Sanctum, and Wanda's trying to hold the wards up, but she's struggling. So that's what we're heading.
With everything going on right now, we simply cannot afford to lose contact with the Sanctum or Wanda.
And Wanda currently is Doctor Strange's apprentice, so that's why she's kind of stayed behind. All right, so we don't have a choice of who we're bringing in this particular mission. We're just stuck with ourselves, Doctor Strange and Blade, and then we're going to get a gamma coil out of this as our reward. Gamma coils can be used later to pick new cards and abilities for our heroes. So we'll continue here. And again, like I said, normally you can pick who you want to bring, but this one, since it's the first mission, is kind of locked down. So we're just going to get right into it. Okay, so we have to speak to Doctor Strange real quick here.
Are you ready? The prophecy of the Midnight Sun does not linger, and neither should we. Lilith possesses the Darkhold. If she forced her way into my Sanctum Sanctorum once, I suspect she can do it again.
You are a sorcerer supreme. Can you not predict her movements?
Normally, yes. But since your mother breached the Sanctum, my sense of the future has grown volutinous in nature.
Is that another language, or...?
Fuzzy. My predictions are fuzzy. For the first time as Sorcerer Supreme, I cannot foresee how the future unfolds, and with my apprentice in danger, we cannot tarry.
Okay, well, don't worry, we will save your home.
Your sanctum will survive. We shall see to that.
Indeed, the Sanctum Sanctorum has weathered its fair share of trouble over the years. Blaze storms, a few short-tempered celestials that issue with the Zoning Commission. But this time, it feels different. I do not doubt Wanda's capability, but without my predictive acumen, I cannot bolster the wards should she need it. Still, the wards are woven into the Sanctum's very essence. They should hold. In any case, all will be revealed with time. I suggest we make use of it while it still functions.
Okay, so you might have seen that little heart pop up, that little heart icon. That is friendship. So you gain friendship, and if you look down in the lower left corner, I don't have a pointer, I can't show you right now, but if you look down in the lower left there, you got the heart with the 0 in it. So we're at level 0 friendship, but it's got just that little tick of border around it, around the 6 to 7 o'clock position there. And so as that fills in, your yes, okay, thank you. Your friendship level goes up, and as your friendship level goes up, you gain extra abilities and so on.
About time.
Not just about time, Mr. Brooks. Time, space, reality, the building blocks of magic. All must be constant for my portals to work properly. Yet as we now know, that is no longer the case.
We've heard.
Several times.
Otherwise, I would still be hunting dread maidens in my sleep.
Indeed. And while I certainly appreciate the view of this vista, I fail to see how it will hasten our return to the sanctum.
Magic is the answer.
No, as I've just stated, magic is the problem.
Your magic is not ours. The ground you are standing on exists within two worlds. A mystical anchor point to Ileana's realm that allows her to... Well, I'll just let her show you.
Magic's very cool, like her as a character. All right, into the portal we go.
You are standing in limbo. Nexus of all realities, both real or otherwise. A chaotic but secret realm, beyond the influence of Lilith. Thus far.
Are you certain of that? Because I am sensing all kinds of...
Dark energy. That feeling you're being watched. General hellhole vibe.
Yes.
All these potentialities converging at once? Truly surprising feat, Miss Rasputin. For someone so young, of course.
Another hunter of some kind.
You think this is crazy? Wait until you see Manhattan.
From here, magic can open gateways to just about anywhere on our planet, and beyond. We don't want to risk punching through the wards protecting your sanctum, Doctor, so we've chosen a safe exit a few blocks over instead.
Couldn't be worse than the last time.
It was just a simple miscommunication.
Ocean Avenue. I said Ocean Avenue, Magic.
All right, in we go.
Hey, I'm walking here. All I ate today was a bagel.
Okay, there's the sanctum with the wards up.
Well, at least we know the wards of protection are still in place.
For now.
I suggest we hurry.
Here comes Hydra. And their leader.
Arm Alpha in position.
Not your average Hydra goon.
No one's getting through.
Welcome to New York.
All right, defeat all enemies to complete the encounter. So,
I hesitate to call this good news, but I'm seeing minimal Hydra resistance between you and the Sanctum.
Looks can be deceiving, I'm afraid. There's no way these foot soldiers are behind the disruption of the wards of protection.
okay. So you'll notice some of these guys have health bars above their heads and others don't. The ones that don't are just little minions, and they'll go down to any hit, any damage. They have basically 1 hit point. These guys have multiple hit points, obviously 60 here, we got 30 here, we got 30 here. All your abilities, as you can see, are cards. And so different characters have different cards, and you can gain more cards throughout the game, better abilities. You can combine cards of the same type together to make them stronger, and so on. Every turn you get 3 card plays, and then you can have 2 redraws and a move as well. And so if you don't like one of the cards that you have, you can redraw and throw that one away and get a different card. Each of these cards has different abilities on it too. So for instance, Blade's Quick Strike here has the quick ability, and you can see right, I can't mouse to it, but right next to the mouse there, it gives the quick information on KO or knockout, refund the card play, max 1 per ability. So basically what that means is if we use this ability, our 5 damage, and if it knocks out whoever you target, then you get your card play back and you'll still have 3, for instance. So like I said, these guys have 1 health, so any damage to them will knock them out. Something else to keep in mind is that we are playing on a slightly higher level, so all of these guys that have health have 50% more health than they normally would on the regular levels. So we are starting out a little bit underpowered here, and that's okay. So there's basically 3 types of cards. You got these attack cards with the cross swords in the upper corner here. These generate 1 hero point. Okay. You also have skill cards, which have the shield in the upper corner. They generate 2 hero points. Currently over here, you can see we have 0 heroism built up. And so the idea is you can use regular attack and skill cards to build up your heroism, and then cards like this that have a heroism counter in the upper corner cost heroism to do. So if we would have to have 3 heroism to activate this. Blade then attacks somebody, does 20 damage, and lifesteal gives him back 20 health worth of damage that he does to the enemy. So that's how that works. This one, give hero cards in your hand plus 5 damage until played or discarded. This generates 2 extra damage and so on. So there's forceful knockback in any direction. You can throw guys around, right? So, and there's environmental impacts to doing so too. So you can throw a guy into another guy and they'll both take damage. You can throw a guy into something solid like this table here, for instance, or you could throw them into this electrical box here. If you throw them into an electrical box, they take stun, which means on the next turn they don't get to act. These other little things that are laying around, you can actually activate, as well as physical attacks that don't cost card plays, but they do cost heroism points. So if I were to pick up this box, for instance, I can throw it at anybody in the green circle there. So if we had a hero point, which we don't right now, we have no heroism built up right now, and you can see in the little floaty thing above it, it costs 1 hero point and does 10 damage. So those are options that you can use that don't cost you card plays that you can still use to do damage. Things like this, you can knock back into people. So if we were to, you can use your moves to reposition and then like knock this into both of these guys and damage them both. This thing here, you can vault over and attack somebody on the other side for extra damage. So this one would do 15 damage. Now all these damage values are based on your hero's current attack value, and they do go up as your hero gains experience. Your heroes gain experience as they play cards. And so if you focus on one hero, that one hero is going to level up quicker. And if you kind of spread it out, they're all going to level up kind of the same. And for the most part, you're going to get cards from all of your heroes. And so you're going to end up kind of spreading it out anyway. But you can focus more on one than the other through redraws and stuff like that. Right now, it's not really too much worth it. What I like to do, I like to start out with my quick attacks on the minions so that we can generate some heroism real quick. So we're going to do that real here. We're going to have Blade take this minion down right here with his quick attack.
Get ready.
And it'll show you on the ground where he's going to move to as well when he makes his attack.
Impressive.
Okay, so there you can see card players refunded. We still have 3. Now we have 1 heroism point. And we could use it, but I don't think we're going to use that for right now. So we have a slash that we could do. We could do 5 damage to somebody. But I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do this one right here. This is a skill, gives all of our cards in our hand plus 5 damage until they're played or until they're discarded. And this is going to generate us 2 more heroism. So we're going to go ahead and play this, Blessing of Vishanti. And that's going to make all of our attacks do a little bit more damage. Most of the time, knockback abilities don't necessarily have damage associated with them. The knockback comes from them getting thrown into things, like I was saying. So if you throw them into something solid, they'll take damage and whatnot. So now we're up to 3. So we could use this life steal here if we wanted to. That's going to do most of the damage to one of these guys, but not all of it. Currently, Blade has not taken any damage, so life steal's not going to do us any good, but if he were to take damage, then it would. One other thing I want to point out real quick, if you look at these guys, their health bar, right next to the health bar, there is this little icon. Well, here, let me show you on this one. There's this little icon right here that tells you who they're going to attack. Okay, so these two guys right here are going to attack Hunter. This guy here is going to attack Doctor Strange, and so is this guy. So you can use that information as well to try and kind of figure out if somebody's hurt, if you need to deal with these guys, or if, you know, it doesn't really matter at this point because everybody's full health. And so mostly what we want to do is we want to make sure we get rid of this minion this turn so that he's an easy takeout, and that's damage that isn't coming our way. So aside from that, we're in pretty good shape. This guy's the officer, obviously, so we're going to want to get at him quickly too. But first turn, I think we're just going to kind of try and thin the herd a little bit here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Blade go ahead and do his stake on this guy, and then I'll probably have Hunter whip this guy into this other guy, or maybe we'll whip this guy into this box over here. I'm not sure. So that's going to take out, well, we're not going to be able to do that because we're not going to have enough heroism for that. So maybe actually we could do a knockback attack with this if we reposition, and we could knock back somebody into another guy, or we're not positioned very well to do a knockback, unfortunately, but that'll generate another point, and that'll let us do some physical attacks as well. So in order to do a move, you select the guy, the hero that you want to move, and the icon on your cursor will change to that. And then you can like reposition to here, for instance. I think we're going to hold the stake for right now. I think what I want to do is I want to move to here. I'm going to move to here. And then in order to save us a beating, I'm going to take whip. I'm going to whip this guy into this box over here. So you can see the icon turns blue. If you're going to hit something solid, it turns yellow where it's going to hit. Same here, red's going to hit this guy here, and that would damage them both. So I'm going to go ahead and whip him into this box so that he's stunned and he doesn't attack us this turn. You can see on his health bar, there's the white section there. That's how much damage he's going to take from this. So this is just one of our... That's one of our heroism, and he's now stunned, and he took a little damage from that. So we're down to 2, and then I can kick this thing at both of these guys if I want to. Also the whip also caused us to discard a card, so it got rid of our sword attack that had the knockback, so we can't do that anymore. And so I can either knock this into both of these guys and knock them back, or we can take him out with the stack of papers, or we have one card yet, but we're running out of things that we can do with it. So we're not gonna, we could actually, what we could do is we don't need heal right now, so we could redraw heal and see if we get a good attack card. Yeah, so we got a knockback and a quick here. So what we can do, now we don't want to knock this guy back into him because that'll break his stun, but we can knock him back into this. So let's do that. Winds of Wutun. We're going to take this guy, we're going to knock him into this and kill and take him out. That generates us another heroism point too. There we go, he's knocked out, he's down. And now, so card play refunded, we still have one card play. He has enough to do stake now, but I think we'll do more damage actually, all told, if we knock these guys back into each other. So this one here is what? That's only 1. Yeah, so we'll save that for maybe next time, next turn. Let's take Hunter, and let's see if we can get a good line on this thing to get both of these guys. Yeah, so you can see it's going to hit both of them. It's going to knock them both back solidly. I can't turn it enough to get him knocked back into here, but that's okay. So we're going to do this.
You had your...
That doesn't take either of them out, but it hurts them both pretty badly. So we'll be able to take them out pretty easily next turn. Now they are going to get reinforcements. I do have a card play left, but I don't have enough heroism to activate this one. I could redraw it, but I kind of want to keep it because it's buffed up and we're going to be able to do it. So we're just going to go ahead and take the hits on this one. Hunter's going to get shot twice here because they're both attacking her. And so it's okay. We can do that. So let's go ahead and go to the next turn. And they'll get some reinforcements too this next turn. Okay, so 14 damage there. Another 14 there. That's not too bad. Okay, so they're going to get a few more minions here that we'll have to take out. But we're going to get a whole new hand of cards here too. So his stun just wore off. Okay, there's our new cards.
The spike we detected in your area seems to be growing. Let's assume that's not a good thing.
Okay, so
Gamma or not, I feel the hand of my mother at work here.
okay, once in a while you'll notice that this particular card has flames on it. That's a critical hit. So there's a chance every time a card is drawn that it's going to be a critical if it does damage. So that's all that is. It just does more damage. Chain 2 means he gets to attack 2 people with it and do 6 damage to 2 people. So that's not a bad thing to use to take out the minions. You can see both, some are still going after Hunter. This guy's going after Doctor Strange, so we're going to want to do something to him. We have 2 strikes actually that give us chain 2. We also we had a quick attack. Where did that go? So Winds of Watum. So he could use his quick attack to just take out both of these guys. That's probably not a terrible idea. So we'll go ahead and take that, knock that guy back into this guy, and I'll take them both out. And that generates us another heroism. Okay, card replay, card play refunded. Okay, now we don't have... We have a chain 2 and a chain 2 here. These guys both have 15 health yet. But we can do this and that and chain them both. And then after that's done, that gives us 3. Okay, so this guy's at 9, this guy's at 4. So she can do a quick slash on the guy that's at 4 and take him out and not cost us card play. That's going to generate another heroism. Okay, good. And then this guy here has 9. Do we have anything that can do 9? We have a regular stake. We have a strike that does 5 and chains 2. These guys are too far away to chain. There is a limit to how far you can chain. So we're at 4. I don't need 2 stakes. I don't think. I'm not going to generate enough heroism this turn to use the second one. So let's go ahead and redraw one of these. We'll redraw the one that's not buffed up, obviously. See if we can find something decent here. Oh, okay. Agamotto's Gaze is an interesting one. So this is draw the last 2 attacks you played and start the next turn with 4 card plays. So this is going to put us up to 6 heroism. And it's going to give us back some of the cards that we just did. Now we're only going to get 1 card left here, 1 card back. Or, sorry, we're going to get 2 cards back, but we're only going to be able to play 1. Unless we manage to hit the quick attack again, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So we can either start going after this guy, or we can finish this guy off. If we finish him off, it's going to have to be with the lifesteal card, unfortunately, because she doesn't have enough to do it. And we don't... Do we have anything knock back? I don't think we do. If we could knock him back, we could do it, but we can't. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the stake, and I'm going to take this guy out with it. Now, like I said, if Blade were hurt, he would gain the 25 health. In fact, he did, but he's already at maximum, so it doesn't make any difference. So, okay, there's that. Now, question, do we want to do anything? So he's out of range of that. That's no good. We could use the table, and we could get, for 1 hero point, we could get over there, and we could vault onto him, and we could do 15 damage. We would have to move to do it. Now he's going after Doctor Strange this turn, so what we can do is we can get Blade. If you click, it turns green, and that means you can move. And if you look, you can see the arc on this side that shows the direction that you would vault off of that thing. And you can see he's not even in range of that, so that's not even going to help us at all. So the other thing, that's out of 3. So we don't have any environmental effects over there that we can use on him. So we're just going to cancel the move. And there isn't really much else we can do. We could redraw, but I don't think I want to. We've got some okay attacks for any minions that come in. And then we'll... well, let's see. We only need 1, right? We only need 1 chain. So let's redraw one of these chains since we have the redraw. maybe we'll get something else. And we're going to get 2 more redraws next turn. That's why I want to do it this time. Oh, now we have a whip. We don't have a card play, but that'll be good for next turn. That'll let us reposition this guy kind of where we want him. If we want to slam him into this thing, then we could vault off of it and we could hit him with these newspapers and stuff like that. So we'll do that. We could move, but we don't really need to. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the next turn here.
We need to pull it together.
Now we should hopefully be able to get this guy this turn. I think we've already missed our 3 stars. I think you have to take him out in two turns to get the 3 stars, and this is going on turn 3 or 4. So.
And I won't be doing that again.
Okay, he hit Blade. Now we got 4 card plays this turn because of the card that Doctor Strange played. So we have a heal card that's going to restore 30 health. She definitely could use that, so we're going to go ahead and get her back up to full.
The light will heal you.
Now, as you play,
Welcome.
she has light and dark cards, right? So that was a light card. This is a dark card with the green background, and so you have this balance that goes back and forth on light and dark. And as you get going, you can tip towards the light or towards the dark and specialize and stuff like that. So, okay, they didn't get any reinforcements this turn. So now we just need to figure out how we're going to do this. We probably want to make him bleed. Bleed's pretty good. That's also going to draw 1 blade card, and then the next 2 blade damages that he does are going to do bleed damage. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Because Blade already has, well, he's going to get another card, but he already has 1 attack card. Okay, he happened to make him bleed again, but that's okay. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Now, there's nothing else we can attack, so we can only hit him once, but that's okay. That gets him bleeding. Oh, it did 10 damage to him. Okay. So,
even the best can get better.
Okay, so there's that. He's at 35. Now, what we can do, I could whip him into this thing again, and that would stun him again so that he can't hurt anybody. He's going after Hunter this turn. I have 1 card play left. And unfortunately, this is going to make us discard a card, but I think it's worth it so that he doesn't attack us. So we're not going to get him this turn, but we should be able to get him this next turn, hopefully. We just aren't generating the damage that we need, really. All right, so before we go to the next turn, I do want to come here. I probably should have thrown these papers at him first, but I'm going to move Blade to here, and then I'm going to have Blade vault off of here. Oh, he needs to move. So when you're moving, you can reposition until you do something else, like do an attack or something else. So I could run Blade all over the map as long as I wanted until I do something else. So this time, now we're lined up, so we can go ahead. Oh, this is going to wake him up, unfortunately. This is going to wake him up. Let's actually just wait. Let's go to the next turn. Okay, he took 10 bleed damage. So we didn't want to wake him up because we don't want him attacking us. So
that gamma signature I mentioned, you can add seismic activity to it now. I suggest you make your way to the sanctum.
okay, this is going to go ahead and take him out.
Yeah, I think we get the message.
I guess I probably could have just done that last turn. That would have been better. I didn't realize it was going to take him out. That's all right. We're okay. So we're only going to get 1 star for this mission, I'm sure. Although we're not done yet. But we've already taken so long.
Guided as they are, remember, Hydra is still human, Hunter. Not Lilith.
You were saying?
The lifeblood of the Mother pumps through our veins. The Mother is eternal. Hydra is eternal.
Wanna bet?
Wanda!
Wards! Weakening! Cannot let them fail!
hard to tell because her voice is kind of heavily modulated.
Association is not going to like this.
But that is...
I'll handle it.
1 second.
Not. We do not fear your magic, little wizard. We have answered the Mother's call. We are venom to all who oppose her. And you are large.
All right. Defeat Fallen Venom to complete the mission. His symbiotic binds can be broken by attacking them with hero abilities. So he's got this entangle attack that he can do.
Well, that certainly escalated quickly. Do I even want to know what that beast is?
It calls itself Venom. Until now, a pale imitation of a very heroic young friend of mine.
We will feed your ugly tongue to the spider wizard. Marinate it in his stomach juices and eat it with his spleen.
Okay, so what I was going to say is it's hard to tell because her voice is so modulated, but Lilith is voiced by the very lovely Jennifer Hale, who has done tons and tons and tons of video game voiceovers. First time I heard from hers was way back in like 2003, I think it was. She was the voice of Bastila Shan in Knights of the Old Republic. She also voiced the female Shepard in the Mass Effect series, and she's done just absolute ton of other stuff in the meantime too. But she's one of my very favorite voice actors, especially in the video games. So very, very nice. All right, what do we got? We got two minions here, and we've got Spawn, who has 200 health. So we're going to have to get some stuff going on here. So probably what we want to do is we want to do this, knock this guy back. We don't have a lot. We could start with this, make him bleed. We can get some bleed on Spawn. That's probably not a bad idea. I've got some quick attacks that I can use against the minions if we have to. I think we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Get the bleed going again. And then we're going to get this. Okay, quick strike. We're going to put this on Venom.
About time.
That'll get him bleeding.
You will suffer for that.
I'm going to also... Oh, I should have done this. Oh, no, I couldn't. Never mind. We're going to save this because with 4 heroism, it gets plus 15 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and do this knockback attack into him and knock him back into... Oh, he can't quite reach. Okay. So one thing about superheroes or supervillains, they don't tell you who they're going to attack, and they also have more than one action per turn. And so we can knock him into this and stun him, and that'll take away one of his actions, but he'll still have one action that he can use against us. So it doesn't completely work to knock him back into that, but it doesn't hurt either. So it's probably going to be worth doing, but I need to reposition Hunter if we're going to do that. So she's already set here. And so what I'll do, I have 2 quick attacks that aren't going to cost us any card plays. So why don't I do those first? Okay, there's a level up. So now we'll do a little bit more damage with our attacks. So now she's up to 6. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do this other quick attack here.
You were too weak for this fight.
Okay, we have Axe of Angarumus. So we could do that too. But I want to get him knocked into there so that he loses one of his attacks.
Where are you going?
This turn, and then we'll hit him with that next turn. So Agamotto's Gaze is the... Yeah, redraw the last 2 attacks played. Oh, okay, we can barely get him there. 12 damage and stunned. It's a long road to hoe to get 200 when you're doing 10 and 12 at a time, but 30 will help. All right, so now do we want to use any of this? We have 6 hero points. I think we want to use some of this. So let's take a look at from his perspective. How can he use this? He can't exactly. Guy's right behind this chimney, unfortunately. It looks like he's just out of reach, even if we were to move. It's hard to say if we'll be able to hit him or not. Let's do this. Let's move to here. Come on, move for me. Okay, he's not moving. Oh, I don't have a move. Did I already move? I did move. That's why. Ha! Good job, Jarek. Okay, so we don't have anything physical that we can do to him this turn, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to probably just move right on. That would be why I can't move. Okay, so one action's gone because of the stun, but he recovers from that, and then he's going to go ahead and attack somebody. Oh, okay. So he's going to use this ability.
We will heal faster than you.
Okay, he takes 12 bleed damage. There's our new abilities. So now, at the end of the turn, if you're still within this orange ring here, he's gonna like explode all these little spikes all over the place, and you take damage. So that effect moves with him. So you can see here, if we stay here, we'll take that much damage. So, not too bad. Not too bad. We're in decent shape here.
No.
Okay, so I can do another apply to bleed if I want. We have Axe of Agnoramus, Angarumus. So we could play this definitely and hit venom with it. This will apply weak and enhanced. Weak means he doesn't hit as hard. There's one. Okay, there's a level up. Now we could do it again because we haven't. Oh, we don't have enough. Well, we will in a second. So what else do we got here? Okay, so we got 2 guys. We do need to get these guys out of here, so maybe what we do is we have Blade come here, hit this guy with his quick attack. That gets him out of the circle.
Interesting tactic.
Okay. Now this guy, I think he's going to get hit by this. So I don't think I have to worry about moving him exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use him. I'm going to hit him again with this other axe of Angarumus. Knock this guy back into him. Doesn't really do too much, but every little bit, right?
Your mother abandons you.
Okay. Now let's have... He can blow this up. I think it'll hit Venom. Nope, not quite. Really close, but not quite. And same here, that card's not quite, that thing's not quite close enough. Blade, I don't think Blade can get in there close enough either. So probably what we're going to do is just move out of his area of effect here. And I'm going to move him over to here maybe. Hard to tell. He'll throw us into the other stuff too, so we do have to be a little bit careful. I'm going to move him back to here.
You can't escape wrath.
Everybody's out of his radius now. And so we can probably just go to the next turn. We have no card plays left. So let's go to the next turn.
Monoforms are for the weak.
Okay, now he explodes. So that's something you don't want to be right next to. Okay.
Like being hit by a hell lord.
Okay, he did 2 damage. Okay, more reinforcements coming in. There's the bleed again.
We may not be ready for this thing yet. Might be smarter to pull back until we know what we're up against here.
Yes. Surrender. Be eaten. Fill our belly with your tasty fear.
I shall fill your belly with my blade, demon.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with this. Get our bleed going again. Okay, we got a couple of 24s with lifesteal here. We're going to use that on Venom. Okay, he's bleeding again. Okay, got a good level up there. Okay, so what we can do is I can do a quick slash on one of these guys. Get that card refunded.
Even for Hydra.
Okay, we can do a quick attack over here. Get that refunded.
That's the spirit.
Okay, we have 1 card play left. We're going to stake him again. Almost got him down. We're getting there. 1 more turn. Actually, I think we have to take him down twice. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes when you attack him, he'll tangle you up like that. So now we have to hit that to get him free again. Okay. So that's that. We have no heroism, so we can't use any of our physical attacks. So we'll go on to the next
You're too strong for
next turn.
Better not stain my cloak.
Okay, 10 damage from that. There's a second attack. Yeah, see, he'll throw you into the... He'll use the environment too. Sometimes he'll even throw you into the stunner. Okay, there's another 12. I think we can get him this turn. Yeah, he's 36. We should be able to do it, hopefully.
Mother blesses us with strength. We protect the mother and are rewarded with your meat.
And to think Lilith was a vegetarian.
What do we got? Okay, cards in hero's hand get +6 damage until the plate are discarded. That's probably going to be needed because we definitely don't need 2 heals. So let's redraw one of those. Okay, another Winds of Watum. Another quick. All right, so I'm going to do a quick slash on Blade's bindings here and get that taken care of. Now he's free again.
You are lucky to still be breathing.
I don't know if we have any cards for him, but he's free. No, we don't. Okay. Winds of Watum, quick attack. I think we can probably knock one of these guys into the other. Deal both of them.
Let's try this.
I think you got him.
Okay, now how far can we knock him back? We could knock him back far enough to get him close to that barrel, which will explode.
Watch closely.
This isn't going to do any damage to him, but it's going to get him close to the barrel.
Even we have our limits.
Okay, 2 cards left. We're going to have to redraw this probably too. Okay, there's a strike. Chain 2.
Let's do this. Not as fragile as you.
Okay. He's almost down. I think we can get him. Okay, first of all, this thing right here is not going to... This will do 10. And it's not going to hit any of our guys. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Who's next?
That's 10. And he's got what left? Probably going to bleed out. Yeah, he'll bleed out, but he gets his attacks first, so we're not going to do that. We're going to take Hunter. We're going to move her over here. Like so. And we should have enough to hit this. Oh. There we go. 15. We'll take him out. There we go.
No escape from me, demon.
Hold up. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Yeah, but we're impulsive, so... Oh! That's gonna leave a mark.
Hey, big guy!
Friendly, neighborly, spiderly?
I was in the neighborhood. You know, being friendly. Seemed like you folks could use a hand, Doc.
Spider-Man!
Jeez, Eddie, what happened to you? That's sort of a horrifyingly terrible new look. The tongue was gross enough, but whoa! Someone is extra touchy today.
We will rip your face off and suck the marrow from your bones!
Always nice to see you too, buddy. So, I'm thinking your friends here could use a little break. How about I take Eddie here for his afternoon walk? Don't worry, Doc. That's just his way of saying he cares!
All right. Oh, we got 2 stars out of that. That's not bad. It's better than I thought we were going to get. So, picked up 40 missions, 40 gloss. Gloss is used to buy costume upgrades, look upgrades. It's also used to buy gifts that you can give to your friends and increase friendship levels. So that's going to do that. We got the camo coil. I already talked about that.
Congratulations.
New world or not, some things remain unchanged.
The look.
What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of your enemy. Courageously risking the lives of yourself and your teammates. Just to play the hero. This is the Fire Dragon all over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than
the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less. We'll talk more later. Get some rest.
Looking forward to it. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it here. This episode's run a little bit long. I knew it was going to with the introduction and the opening cinematics and everything, but normally I try to keep these under an hour, but this one's a little bit special, so that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and leave it here. We'll pick up here next time, and we'll go have a chat with Tony and see what he's got to say. We'll look at getting the coil that we just got turned into something useful for us. And we'll get introduced to a lot of the crafting mechanics and stuff like that next time. So that's going to do it for this episode. So hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks for watching.